Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our 2021 virtual learning experiences. We are back this afternoon with another great learning experience with Erica's Plumbing. But before we get to Erica, we have some housekeeping to take care of. As you know, this session is getting recorded and you can watch it on our YouTube channel. And while you're there, please like and subscribe below and give us a thumbs up on our video. We also have some moderators that can help answer your questions. They have wrenches that you'll see next to their names. And teachers, some of the permissions have changed in YouTube, so your students will not be able to add their own questions in the chat. So please help us out by typing in the questions on behalf of your students so that at the end, we will be going through those questions and Erica will be happy to answer them and give your students as much information as she can. And please go ahead and find all of our information and follow us on edtechtraining.palmbeachschools.org and follow us on Twitter as well at edtechpbc. And now I'd like to introduce Erica Sullivan. She is the owner of a woman-owned business. I am so proud and honored to have her join us today. And Erica has now joined us on camera, and I'm going to pass it over to her, the proud owner of Erica's Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Restoration. Erica, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much, Dana, for having me. I'm really excited to dive in and tell you guys about the predominantly male industry of plumbing and air conditioning and restoration that I have been in the last 12 years. And we're actually, as women, making changes to the industry. So I will just go over a few things about plumbing and air conditioning today. We're going to kind of leave restoration out of it. I just want to talk about the main trades. So I'll kind of tell you about what we make, what that job looks like, how do you become a plumbing or air conditioning technician, and then we will go on a little field trip. And last, we will wrap it up with some questions and answers, okay? So I think we're going to do a share screen, right? So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So a little bit about us. I am a woman-owned and operated company. Have been in business for 12 years and located right in Boca Raton, so in Palm Beach County. We are a multi-trade company. We do plumbing. I'm a general contractor, mold remediator, and we perform water damage dryouts as well as HVAC. So I have 21 employees to date, both male and female. My field technicians range from 20 years old to 60 years old. So a little bit of everyone and every age. I have 15 trucks on the road, and my staff's education are mostly GEDs or high school diplomas. I do have 4 college degrees in the company out of our 21 staff members. And just so you guys know where I started, I actually started this company as a plumber in my garage, and now we are a multi-trade, multi-million-dollar company. So how do you become a tradesperson? So if you want to become a plumber, HVAC, or other tradesperson, here are the steps you would want to take. Definitely start with getting your high school diploma or GED. To be in the trades, you want a strong foundation in math, science, computers, things like that. The next thing you can do is go to vocational training. They have specific vocational, such as plumbing classes, electrical classes, HVAC classes. They'll teach you topics such as water supply and drainage. Then you can complete an apprenticeship program. That's typically where you'll work as an apprentice for 4 to 5 years and learn everything about the trade. You can do this through a local union, an organization. You can go to school for an apprenticeship program. There are lots of different ways. And the last way that you can do it is actually start working as a helper for a company like mine. We'll give you on-the-job training. So it'll be no classroom work, it's in the field work. So you actually work, learn, and get paid. So it's gonna be great. And the last thing that you would do is you can get licensed. Most states require that you have a plumber's license. In our state, specifically Florida, I hold the license and all of my technicians work under my license. Some of them are journeyman plumbers and HVAC, but some are not, and they still can work under my license. I just oversee the projects. Now, make sure you're taking down any questions or notes that you might have at the end, so your teachers can ask them. So to give you a little bit of background, I just want to go over, for example, why do you need a plumber? Well, if you need to see like a doctor or a lawyer and they gave you an appointment 3 weeks from now, you have no choice, but you have to wait. But if your toilet is clogged, there is no way you can live without your toilet for 3 weeks, right? That's why you need a plumber. So plumbers are needed every single day. So when someone has their toilets overflowing and stopped up, people will pay any price to get the problem fixed today. And that's where we come in. We show up today. So if you like the idea of being a modern day hero, you can rescue people from their plumbing problems on a daily basis. Not only do you get to help people, but you're also compensated very well for it. So the pay, let's get into that. Most people would consider dealing with, waste and clogged toilets or anything of the plumbing side, a very gross job. But plumbing is one of the highest paid construction occupations for that reason. It does require some manual labor and possibly working late nights and being called on the weekend, but great plumbers can make more than some lawyers and not be stuck in the office all day wearing a tie. As you can see, one of my technicians, Nick, he does have to wear a uniform, but he looks pretty great in it. And so what do they make? Well, in the beginning, with no experience as a helper, you can make anywhere from $13 to $20 an hour. The benefits here are you learn in a field while going to school. Now, there are 2 types of plumbers. We have new construction plumbers and service plumbers. There are 2 different kinds of plumbers because one plumber builds homes from the ground up with all the plumbing inside. Service plumbers, they fix existing plumbing. So in a restaurant or a home or any business or residential property, we're going to fix all of the plumbing there. So those plumbers, as a seasoned plumber, you'll make $25 to $80 an hour. You could make over $100,000 as a plumber or HVAC technician. That equals about $48 an hour or more per year. Pretty good, right? So growth potential for plumbers is huge in this industry. You can start as a helper, move up to an apprentice, become a journeyman, and then become a master plumber. You work in the field. You can be a supervisor, a manager. You can run a company or open your own company. There are all kinds of jobs out there that require plumbers. So you could also do things for the city. Like we actually have a contract with Palm Beach County Schools, the very schools that you go to. So the hot water in your lunchroom, we handle all of the boilers. So we would come out if they didn't have hot water to make you guys lunches, and we would fix that. So that's part of our job. There are also plumbers that work for the cities. So they could be inspectors. They'll come out and check that we did good work. They'll sign off on it, make sure everything's in accordance with the Florida Building Code. And all of these positions come with their own set of pros and cons. So this picture here is a picture of my staff at our Christmas luau. As you can see, this used to be a man's job. Now women are just as skilled, if not more, in this industry. I have several women that work in the company. And even though women make up a small percentage of the construction industry, there's nothing keeping them from having craft skills as sharp as the boys. In fact, some in the industry claim women can be even better. Jimmy Green, President CEO at the Associated Builders and Contractors, Greater Michigan chapter, says women often outperformed men in welding competitions. So watch out. Men have a tendency to follow a flame. Women follow the pattern. So just some general facts. Plumbers, a city plumber who clears out one toilet and one drain per day for 261 days a year can earn well over $100,000 annually. That's a pretty great salary for a blue-collar job. Now, HVAC techs usually go through programs designed specifically for their career, and they too can make over $100,000. Not bad for not going to college. So college debt will average around $30,000 or more versus the trades where you'll have zero debt and learn while making money. Now, let's take a trip into the field of plumbing and HVAC. Do you ladies want to put me on the live screen? The slides are now finished. I'm going to go ahead and put on my technician hat and let's go in the field.
Excellent. Thank you, Erica. That was so interesting. And now we're going to follow you to the next adventure. A little field trip within Erica's Plumbing, her main office, which is in Boca Raton, isn't it?
Yes. There we go. Now we can see. All right, let me get the girls. I have some assistance with this. Okay, I'm gonna have that. All right, so as a technician, we are super tech savvy. We have iPads. Everything is paperless, so we do not write out paper invoices. We actually use technology to our benefit. Now, this is Taylor, our customer. So Taylor called us out for service today, and she was having some trouble in her kitchen. I'm going to go ahead and let Taylor tell you what was going on and why she called us today.
Yes, so my toilet, or I'm sorry, not my toilet, my faucet was not working, dripping underneath, and then my faucet was also dripping from the top too. So I'm having a problem with dripping underneath. I had to put a bucket underneath, and then the faucet's not working either at the top. So I'm trying to have a plumber come and see if they can figure out what's going on.
Great. All right, so by show of hands, how many of you have a kitchen sink at your house? I'm sure everyone in the class is raising their hands right now. Teachers, you could put in the comments, obviously the students can, any questions or comments, but I'm pretty sure everyone in your class is raising their hands right now. So if you have raised your hand, that means you may need a plumber at some point in time in your life, especially for that kitchen sink. All right, so what do plumbers do? Again, plumbers get clean water coming out of your faucet to your home for toilets, showers, faucets, sinks, and they get the dirty water away. That's what plumbers do. So plumbers always have a job, fixing broken pipes, fixtures, making sure water comes into your house and out of your house. So we always, always, always have a job, whether it's at your home or your business. We work through pandemics. We work through the winter, we work through the summer. We always have a job year round. We work at night, we work on the weekends. It is a 24/7 business. So, how much do you think Taylor's gonna spend today for the repairs that she called us out to do? I want you guys in the classroom to just tell everyone, kind of shout out a number to your teacher, and then whatever the final number is, have your teacher put it into the chat so they can see if your class guessed the right amount of money for what it's going to cost to repair this faucet leak and this under sink leak. And we're going to take a look at both of them, and then I'm going to tell you what that cost was. Let's see if you guys can get it right, see how much plumbers make. All right, so let's see, we don't have any water coming out of the hot side. Yep, we got drips coming out here. All right. Oh yeah, you want to show them this under here? Maria, we've got, see under there, get closer. This is what I'm looking at. Looks like we've got some drips here. You see those white pipes? That's what we're looking at. Little drip coming out there. We could get all that fixed up. So just a few minutes to work on this. All right. Yep, looks like we just need to tighten that nut. All right. On over here, we just need to turn something on down here. All right. Look at that, no more drip. Everything's working great now. Perfect. All right, well, looks like we're all done. Point it up a little. There we go. All right, so Taylor, come on over.
Sure.
All right, Taylor, so everything's working now, you can see.
Wow, thank you.
Got no more drips under there.
All right, and you cleaned up the mess that was already there. Thank you.
You're welcome. We try to leave it cleaner than when we found it. It's part of what we do. So I'm just gonna need you to go ahead and sign this invoice. All right, and then let's see, so your service call today was $50.
Mm-hmm.
The repair for the faucet was $350.
Mm-hmm.
And the sink, under the sink repair was $250. So that's gonna be $600 today.
Okay. Get that for you here.
So Erica, our estimates from the students were not too far off.
Yeah.
We had some students, we had a range of 200, 350, 150. Someone put 300 with no additional materials needed.
Wow.
So basically the range was from 125 to about 350.
Fantastic. So point that up a little. There you go. So yeah, we estimated at those three things to be around 600. So you could see how you estimated a little low, and plumbers can actually make a lot more. So that's why we want to tell kids about getting into the trades. It's a really good industry to get into. Everyone needs a plumber. You're always going to need a plumber. Your friends are going to need plumbers. Your family will need a plumber. It's a great industry to be in. So let's go on. Great job on your guesses. And now we're going to go put on our HVAC hat and go see something over there. All right, so we're gonna go back over to our air conditioner, point up there. There you go. So this is a mini split, and Taylor called us out today because she's having some trouble with her mini split.
Yes, my mini split is not getting cool. I try to set it to 72. but it just keeps reading about 79 or 80, and it's not going any lower than that. And I don't hear anything going on up there. So I called Erica's Plumbing, AC, and Restoration to see if they could help me out with my AC as well as my plumbing.
All right, well, this is something we could definitely help you out with. So I'm gonna run a couple of diagnostic tests. But first, I want to check back in with the students. So raise your hands in your class if you have cold air in your house. I'm pretty sure your teachers will all see everyone's hand up. But if you don't, you should probably call us. We'll get you some cold air. But if you do have cold air, then you have an AC or HVAC system. This mini split here is an AC system. They're just called different things. So imagine a summer day in your house with no AC. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be super hot. You're not gonna be able to think it's gonna be so hot. So that's what we do. That's when we come to the rescue as HVAC technicians. So just like plumbers, AC techs always have a job. So even during a recession, even during a pandemic, even in the winter, even in the summer, and more, AC techs always have a job. So another trade that you can get into, maybe plumbing's not your thing. Maybe you don't like stinky smells, but AC techs don't have to smell the same things plumbers smell, but it's still a great trade to be involved in. So we're gonna do this exercise again. How much money can you make? Guess the cost of this AC repair. So it sounds like she has two different things going on in her AC. One, that it's not getting cold. It's not going below 79 degrees, and it keeps making noises. So I think she has a couple of things going on there. Go ahead and tell your teachers what you think that number would be for the repair. I'm gonna go ahead and start diagnosing this thing, making some repairs, and then we'll let you know what that repair would be. All right, let's check the thermostat. All right, let's see. We can do this. Let's open up. All right. Oh, look at that. Well, that worked perfectly. All right. So I just finished with the repairs. As you can see, you want to zoom in. We got the AC cranked way, way down, way below 79. We got it 10 degrees cooler. So now, let's see, we're gonna go ahead, tally all this up. And what were some of your guesses?
So Erica, I think that our classes learned from the plumber experience because their guesses are a little higher this time.
Okay.
So ranges are from about 250 to 550.
Mm-hmm.
How'd they
Very
do?
good. That is very, very good. So I'm going to go ahead and have Taylor, can you go ahead and sign your invoice for today?
Sure. Wow, it's blowing cold air.
Yes. Well, that's because we went ahead and we replaced the thermostat. So that cost $250 today. Mm-hmm. We also came out for a service call on this. So that's going to be $50. We're at $300. And then if you would like, what we offer is an annual maintenance agreement. We'll come out twice a year. We'll check your AC, make sure that everything's good in good working condition. We'll clean it all up and keep it working for a very long time. 10 or more years is usually the life expectancy that we can get out of it, as long as we keep this maintenance plan in place. That plan is $250. So your total for today would be $550.
All right. Well, there you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Another $550. So if I was plumbing and AC, I would have quite a bit of money today. But I hope you guys learned something. You can have your money back.
Thanks.
Thank you, Taylor, for playing along.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Maria, for holding for us.
That was so interesting, Erica. And I think that it was so revealing to learn that the trade industry is so lucrative and that not every student, as we know, is college bound. So those of you that are watching, this is a great career option for you because you can have a very successful career doing lots of different things. And Erica just taught you about 2 careers that maybe now you will consider something different from what you were thinking of before.
So thank you so much, Dana. I really appreciate it. And I see that some people even knew some very AC specific terms, like the capacitor is dead. So this person seems to know what's going on, or maybe he's had an issue with his AC before. And I'm just looking through all of these guesses and very proud of you guys. You did a great job. So I do want to open it up. We have a little bit more time. I tried to keep it quick so that if you have any questions, I could hopefully answer them. Feel free to put them in the comment section, and I can answer anything that you guys might want to know that I wasn't able to cover in our short period of time together.
Definitely. So we do have one question so far asking, what was the hardest job you have ever done so far?
So I think I don't consider anything hard because I always love a challenge. That's just who I am. But I can definitely tell you the grossest thing I've ever done. It was very hard. I'm sure you've all been to restaurants. Well, restaurants, maybe that cook chicken wings, for example, they have to have something in the back to protect our sewers from grease. So they have something in the ground. I'm sure you guys have seen them, those big metal manhole covers that you walk over and they have the city name on them or waste on them. So that's called a grease trap. So I had to get inside of a grease trap because I was the one that fit in the hole. And that was the hardest thing I ever did because it was the worst smelling thing I've ever smelled in my entire life. I have never been in another one since that day. And I had to burn my clothes after that. So
that is a great story. So here we have one from Rebecca Raddick's class. Do men make more than women in this field?
Absolutely not. So I have been asked that question before. And women can make just as much as men, if not more. Now, if I stayed a field technician as a plumber, I could make 6 figures. I'm operating now my own company, a multi-million-dollar company. So I think that we can make just as much, if not more, because everyone that works for me loves working for me. That in turn makes them treat the customers differently. They treat them kindly with respect, and it shows that they love their job here. So they love the customer. So then it becomes this full circle. The customer then wants to spend with our company and do business with our company. So we make more. So it just continues full circle. So I definitely don't think that being a man or a woman in this field changes what you can make. You can make any amount of money here.
That's so good to hear. And for all the young ladies watching, I hope that's inspiring to you. So we have a question from Chelsea. As a woman, do you ever feel unsafe at jobs?
I have never felt unsafe at a job. I have felt uncomfortable, and I will not put myself in that situation because if I'm uncomfortable with maybe how someone talks to me, or you walk into maybe someone's home and it just doesn't feel safe, you're free to walk away from that job, that residence or that business. Just like customers can choose to do business with us, we can choose to do business with certain customers or not do business with certain customers. So I wouldn't put, some of my male technicians in certain situations, nor my female technicians in certain situations. So if at any point anyone ever felt unsafe, walk away from that situation immediately and go find a safe place.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And I think that wraps up the questions that we have here. So on that note, we are going to thank Erica so much for sharing all of her inspiration and expertise about her business. And we are going to share the upcoming learning experiences that we have on the calendar for this week and next. So tomorrow, please join us for the public library. We have 2 sessions. So tomorrow, elementary teachers, K through 5, we have a session starting at 11 a.m. And then we have another one the following day for grades 6 through 12 at 2 p.m. Tomorrow, we also have in the morning Tesla from the Tesla showroom, where we will be learning about electric cars and everything that Tesla has to offer. That will be starting at 10:15 in the morning. Next week, we have a few scheduled as well. So please join us on June 15th for the South Florida Science Center and Aquarium at 9:30 a.m. And then on the 16th, the Norton Museum of Art will be having 2 sessions, starting at 9:30 for elementary and at 10:30 for secondary classes. And then we're going to end our virtual learning experiences on June 17th with Fable Vision Studios Creativity Tour at 9:30 in the morning. So to find the schedule and all of the links to join, please go to edtechtraining.palmbeachschools.org. All the information is there. We also have some upcoming events that we want to share with you. We are hosting a back to school tech talk on July 29th. So more information will be forthcoming about that. That is a virtual event. And we are excited to announce that we have our technology conference, also a virtual event, on October 15th, 2021. And the theme is Fast Forward, a Decade of Change in a Year. We are so excited about both of these events, are going to be fantastic and lots to learn from both of them. And on behalf of the training team, we are so happy that you joined us today. And Erica is back with us so that she can give us her final thoughts and her thank yous. Go ahead, Erica. Would you like to say anything to the audience?
Yes, thank you guys all so much for participating and sharing your thoughts on what these services cost. I hope you learned something today. If you're not college bound, I really hope that you'll think about the trades. It's a great industry. I never thought I'd be a plumber, but here I am, and I love what I do. So I'd love any of you after you graduate high school, if you wanted to come over and interview with me, we're always hiring. So thank you again, Dana, for having me. Thank you, everyone, and have a great summer.
And thank you, everyone, for joining us, and especially to Erica for spending her time with us. We so appreciate it. Students, have a wonderful last 2 weeks of school, and we'll see you soon for the next virtual learning events. Bye-bye.